Good afternoon and welcome to the Mayor's Natatorium here at Seekonk High School for the 2022 New England Regionals hosted by Gators Swimming of Seekonk. Should be a great weekend of swimming here with many teams. I'm not exactly sure the number of teams that we have here this afternoon, but it's going to be a very well-attended session here. One of 6 regional sites in New England, so Seekonk High School always is. I am Jeremy Abreu. I'll be taking you through all of the action, not only tonight, but all of this weekend. You will probably get sick of hearing my voice at some point, so I apologize for that. If you do, I'll be joined in part with my daughter tonight, Addison Abreu. She's on mute right now, but occasionally I'm going to ask her to chime in to give some analysis on the swimming. Addison is a swimmer here with Gators. She'll be swimming in the MIAA sectionals tomorrow for Seekonk High School. But we're ready to get going a little quicker than I thought. First event is Event 1. For all of you new to the stream, bottom right will show you the event and the heat. This is the girls 13 and 14 400 free relay. There's one heat. Hockomock Area Y will be in lane 3. Kingfish in lane 4. Looks like Brooke Carline and Mackenzie Moore will be leading it off, respectively, for Hay and Kingfish. We are off and running here. Welcome to Seekonk High School for the 2022 New England Regionals. We'll be rotating between 3 cameras today. Primarily, you're going to see the start-turn end, which will show you the graphics at the beginning, at the end of the lane assignments, and also the order of finish, the club logo, and the times. On the far end, kind of a camera that gives you most of the view of the pool. We do have a wide shot in the middle, which is a little darker than we would like right now. That's going to come in, that's right there. So that's going to come in handy a little bit more for the 500 and for the very long races where sometimes one swimmer will get out in front. We'll use it for perspective, but otherwise we'll be using cameras 1 and 3. So we appreciate everybody who took the time to join us here. Looks like it is lane 4, and that's Mackenzie Moore from Kingfish. She'll be the first to transition to Jess Deal, 14 years old, from Kingfish. Here comes Brooke Carline handing it off to Dara Bertuman. So BB Kavik, hello. Robin Gagnon. I believe that's Robin. Haven't seen you in a while, old friend. Robin Gagnon joining us today from sunny Florida. Andrea Falagera as well. Rock competing here this afternoon as Kingfish remains in the lead. So on the top left-hand corner, every time those swimmers come in and touch, it's going to show you your lead swimmer or team, and then the corresponding swimmers after and how far they're behind. So right now, Kingfish with an almost 9-second lead on the Hockomock Area Y. And in event number 1, Heat 1, our first event of these 2022 regionals, hosted by Gator Swimming Seekonk. Kingfish will hand off to their 3rd swimmer. That's May Marston, 14 years old. So May is in the water. 3rd swimmer for Hockomock Area Y will be Molly Lockwood, 13 years old. So Lockwood in the water. Kingfish seemingly has this one under control. It is a 400-yard freestyle, so you never know. There can be some drastic swings and changes as we move along. I see our attendance continuing to rise. Thank you to everyone who is joining us here this afternoon. Once again, Seekonk High School, the Mayor's Natatorium, the site for one of 6 regionals championships for New England swimming, all going off concurrently today. So tonight, distance sessions, and then tomorrow and Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, very busy sessions, about 11 hours of swimming each day say a prayer from my voice as Kingfish hands it off to Julia Ames. So Kingfish with a very large lead here, our first event of the day, 13-14, 400-yard freestyle relay. Addison, my first question of the day is going to be, when a team is out in front like this, do you prefer it to have the big lead like this at the end of a relay, or would you rather have someone next to you kind of fighting them?
Personally, I'd rather be fighting someone to try to, like, neck and neck, because it pushes you to go faster.
Gotcha. So Kingfish, Julia Ames wrapping up her 100 here. I believe this is her final turn on the far end. So Kingfish will take it 4:16.58. So once we go to that finish camera, we're going to leave it there because the graphics get drawn on the screen, and it looks weird. So Kingfish goes a 4:16.58. Hockomock Area Y 4:27.92. Let's see if our results button works. It did, but we went to the next event. So next event 2, boys 13-14, 400-yard freestyle relay. Gators in lane 3, Hockomock in lane 4. Our first swimmer from Gators is Russell Cutler, 14 years old. First swimmer from Hockomock Area Y is Brian Parkinson, 14 years old. Just a quick correction, I don't think it was Brooke Carline who led off for the Hockomock Area Y in the girls 13-400 freestyle relay. We did have Carline listed as the leadoff swimmer. I don't believe that was her. It's possible that it was, but I don't believe so. Tom Rossi, hello. Thanks for joining us. Kim Kornacki. Good afternoon, Kim. As the second swimmers will get in the pool, that's Jack Eady from Gators, Josh Netson from Hockomock Area Y. So Gators holding on to a little bit of a lead here. I did speak with Jack's dad, Jason, today. He is officiating, as he always does. Little quick message. I know Jenny Eady is out there. Jenny, yes, I will be doing 11 to 14 age groups and 15 to 18 age groups at WPI the end of this month, beginning of March next week. For anybody who has a 10 and under swimmer from competing in the age group championships at URI, I will also be live streaming them. So you should get those streaming links this week. I believe we will be broadcasting from the Crimson YouTube page. So we'll make sure everybody gets that. Bowden Spurn will be the next one in the pool from Gators. So Gators have opened up a little bit of a lead here on the Hockomock Area Y. I lost my graphics. I don't know what happened here. Hold on one second. Always good when there's a little bit of a technical difficulty. Not sure what happened. So we'll work on that. We had it running perfectly fine. Always got to contend with technology, folks. Always a chance of some issues with technology. Fortunately, we have a contact who can remote in here and see what's going on as Kai Shinkyo gets in the water from Gators. So Gators, a fairly good lead here. Shinkyo makes the turn for his final 50. There we go. Got our graphics back. Sorry about that, folks. That was user error, so we don't have the finish there because we were a little jammed up. 3:43.32 for Gators. They'll take it out of lane number 3. As if I needed anything to spike the blood pressure than to have some technological failures. Hockomock area wide takes second, 4:10.92. So we'll move into our third event, which is the girls 15 to 18 400 freestyle. One heat. Hockomock area Y in lanes 2 and 4, Gators in 3. It's Cassie Hobson in lane 2, Savannah Lombardi in 3, and Harika Barali in lane 4. Hobson, the 16-year-old from Hay. Lombardi, 16 from Gators, and Barali, 15 years old from Hay. Lombardi and Barali battling it out early. It's Lombardi, though, with the slightest of leads. 3/100ths of a second after the first 50. So Savannah Lombardi, also a standout swimmer for the Lincoln School here in Providence, Rhode Island, will be competing in the Rhode Island Interscholastic League Divisionals, which come up next weekend at Roger Williams University. Lombardi will hand it over to Maggie Holland, another interscholastic lead swimmer, and it looks like Hay is in the lead right now. So Hay got in the pool almost 2/10 of a second ahead, but Holland has quickly erased that. So just to reset here, in the pool for Hockomock area Y in lane 2 is Sasha Cherepinova. In lane 4, it's Maggie Holland, and in lane 5, it's Linnea Remillard from Hockomock area Y. Holland in the lead for Gators. Almost a 4-second lead. So the Gators looking strong. Holland is also a high school swimmer for the co-op between Providence Country Day and St. Raphael Academy, along with Corinne Cartwright on Gators. Holland will hand it off to Charlotte Kaiser. So Kaiser in the pool. Gators have built up a pretty solid lead thanks to Holland erasing a little bit of an early deficit, turning it into a big lead. Roger Bonin out there. Roger, welcome to the stream. I think this is the first time you've seen our updated graphics and such. So Gators in full control here in lane 3. Charlotte Kaiser in the water for Gators. Kat Chavez for Hay in 2. Maya Wainwright in lane 4. Our anchor swimmer for the Gators will be 17-year-old Ruby Groves. Once again, like many of these young ladies, a high school swimmer for Classical High School. She'll be competing in divisions next weekend at Roger Williams as we watch the transition here. So it looks like Gators will take this one. Hockomock in lane 4. Looks like they're well on their way to second place. That's Julia Matviv in the pool right now, along with Ruby Groves from Gators and Brooke Sylvia in lane 2 from the Hockomock area Y. So tonight a little bit geared toward distance with the 500-yard freestyle, which will dominate most of our evening of swimming. Dorothy Tran in the house. Thanks for joining us, Dorothy. I saw Cadence earlier. Was happy to see her. So Gators takes it 3:53.32. Looks like Hockomock in lane 4 will take second. The team of Birali, Remillard, Wainwright, and Matveev. In third place will come from the Hay entrant from lane 2, Hobson, Teixeira-Panova, Chavez, and Sylvia. So Hay goes 4:15.27. Call that Hay A. Hay B in lane 2 will go a 4:27.72. So that's it with the relays. We'll move into event number 5. This is heat 1 of the girls, 11 to 18, 400-yard IM. Margaret Seward in lane 2 from Cape Cod, Megan Ianella from Kingfish in lane 3, and Natalie Christina from Kingfish in lane 4. So this is the girls' 11 to 18, 400-yard IM. So all of these swimmers 11 and 12. So when we look at age group cuts, 5:17.09 is the age group cut for the 11 and 12s. It's Megan Ianelli leading the way from Kingfish in lane 3. 2.5 second lead on Christina, almost 4 seconds on Seward from Cape Cod. So Ianelli, the 12-year-old from Kingfish. Some exciting times and things happening this week in terms of COVID and mask mandates here in Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts. I know Rhode Island has dropped their mask mandate in schools, I believe. I don't know the date. I think it's maybe March 4th, or maybe now. I'm not even sure. I know in the state of Massachusetts, Governor Baker made an announcement yesterday. Masks will no longer be part of the policy come February 28th, or really come March 1st. So perhaps heading back to a little bit of normalcy here. We'll see. It's Ianelli continuing to lead the way in the backstroke. Here comes Christina, though, in lane 4. And we're going to check in with Addison Brew once again here for some analysis on the 400 IM, Addison. So, Addison, the 400 IM, a little bit of a distance event. What's the key to maintaining a good pace and really getting out and executing on your race plan for the 4 IM?
I feel like the key is not to go out too fast, because it's a long, I mean, it's not that long of a race, but like compared to like the other races, it's longer. So if you go out too fast, then you're just going to die by the end. So you just have to keep like a good pace and pace everything out good.
And Ianelli continues to pace it out good in lane 3. So she'll make her turn from backstroke to breaststroke. Let's watch the turn. She does a bucket turn. So 3 types of turns when you're going from back to breast. You can do an open turn, a bucket turn, or a crossover turn. That bucket turn is basically where you touch the wall, and then you just basically do a backflip on the wall. This is the turn that's favored by most swimmers, especially at the collegiate. The collegiate and amateur and Olympic level. So Ianelli will touch 3:33.37. She's halfway through the breaststroke, so still a long way to go here. Here comes Christina. She's 7 seconds behind, but remember, this is the 4 IM. So considered a semi-distance event. Still a lot of swimming to go here. Christina starting to look a lot stronger in lane 4, so the 11-year-old from Kingfish. while Iannelli remains the leader heading into the freestyle. So we'll see if Christina was able to shave off any time. She was behind by 7.5 seconds going into that final 50 of the breast. Iannelli touches in 4:22.58. Let's see where Christina is. So Christina's a little over 8.5 seconds. So Iannelli did a good job there of actually extending her lead in lane 3. Iannelli will come in with her final 50. She's at 5:00.91. She came in with a 5:44.99. Christina a little over 9 seconds off the pace. Margaret Stewart still doing well here in lane 2 from Cape Cod, but here comes Iannelli. So Megan Iannelli will be our opening heat winner of the girls 11 to 18 400 IM. She's going to have a good time drop there. So Iannelli has a soft touch, I believe. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Iannelli 5:47, and that's incorrect. So she had a soft touch. So you'll have to go to Meet Mobile for her time. Christina, a solid second from Kingfish as well. 5:48.53. And third place goes to Seward, 6:02.89. We'll move on to heat number 2. Which will feature in lane 2, Grace Lunardelli from Gators. In lane 3, Sadie Gagnon from Gators. In lane 4, Addison Costin from Cape Cod. In lane 5, Linnea Remillard from Hockomock Area Y. She's already swimming in her second race. Just swam in the 15:18 freestyle relay. Grace Lunardelli and Sadie Gagnon, the two youngest in heat number 2, leading the way here. Gagnon and Lunardelli stroke for stroke lanes 2 and 3. Lunardelli touches first after the first 50. Costin a second and a half off the pace in third right now. Lunardelli in lane 2, Gagnon in 3. Gagnon came in with a 5:18.97, Lunardelli a 5:22.02, and it is Gagnon who will be the leader after the butterfly. So she's transitioned into back. She's got almost a 2/10 of a second lead. Costin 4 seconds off the pace. Gagnon, a multiple sport star, not only a very well-accomplished swimmer, but a very good soccer player as well on a travel team here in southern New England. One of the most premier goalies in her age group. So Gagnon remains in the lead after the first 50 of the back. Lunardelli right there with her, though. A little over a second behind. Costin 4 seconds off the pace. We'll be here all weekend, folks. So for those of you who are new to Gators and the Gator Swim Club Seekonk YouTube channel, we would ask you to subscribe. So it's going to be a red button when you're on our YouTube page, whether you're on your phone or however you're consuming us. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon next to it. You'll be notified when we go live, so you won't miss anything this weekend. Gagnon extending her lead now, almost 3 seconds over Lunardelli. Costin remains in the hunt, though, a little over 4 seconds out, but as we've seen, 4 seconds is not a gigantic lead. And you can see the perspective in the water right now. As a matter of fact, Costin is making a move on Lunar Deli. So here comes Addison Costin. She's been running in third. She has began to make her move, the 14-year-old from Cape Cod. They're all chasing Gagnon, though, in lane 3. Costin has now moved into second. Lunar Deli drops down to third. Costin a second and a half off. So here comes Addison Costin chasing Gagnon. Still a long way to go, about another 25 on the breast. So an exciting race here in heat number 2 of event 5, girls 11 to 18, 400-yard IM, but it is Gagnon who remains firmly in the lead, just about a body length lead. See what that time looks like. A little under a second and a half over Costin. So it's Gagnon's race to lose here in heat number 2. Gagnon, a very strong freestyler. So it's going to take a very big effort from Costin here in lane 4 to catch her. We'll see what happens. Gagnon, the 12-year-old from Gators. Costin, the 14-year-old from Cape Cod. Gagnon came in with a 5:18.97. Costin a 5:21.38. Age group time here, 5:17.09 for the 11-12s, 4:53.09 for the 13-14s. So Gagnon makes her final turn. Your Heat 2 winner will be Sadie Gagnon from Gators, 5:05.33. So she cuts 13 seconds off. That's an age group cut for Gagnon. Costin goes a 5:08.83. Lunar Deli a 5:10.58. So that's also an age group cut for Lunar Deli. So congratulations to our Heat 2 winner, Sadie Gagnon. We'll move on to our third and final heat of the girls 11 to 18 400-yard IM. So for the first time this afternoon, we have all 6 lanes occupied. Audrey Bonin from Rhode Island Aquatic Club in lane 1. Lydia Kraft from Gators in 2. Claire Carroll from Rhode Island Aquatic Club in 3. Ochi Lowe from Rhode Island Aquatic Club in 4. Steph Uribe from Cape Cod in lane 5. And Madison Stearns in lane 6, also from Rhode Island Aquatic Club. It's Claire Carroll leading the way early, 15-year-old. Uribe and Stearns tied for second, so all 6 swimmers a little over 2 seconds apart. So anybody's race early on here. Top time coming in belongs to Claire Carroll, 4:51.15. Ochi Lowe follows her, 4:54.52. As I see the users or the viewers continue to grow, we appreciate everybody taking the time to join us here tonight. It'll be a full weekend of swimming. Carroll leading the way, followed by Stearns and Kraft. Our top 5 swimmers just over a second apart. All of our swimmers just over 2 seconds apart. So anybody's race here early on. The fly is over. They've transitioned into the backstroke. Keys to the backstroke, shoulder rotation. Keep that head straight and get those hips up. You'll see as the swimmers start to fatigue in the backstroke, the hips start to drop, and Ochi Lowe has now moved into first place, followed by Stearns and Carroll. So the top three separated by 0.7 of a second. They're all from Rhode Island Aquatic Club, lanes 4, 6, and 3. Here comes Madison Stearns in lane 6. So it's still going to be Ochi Low leading the way here. 2:17.14. Stearns 0.8 behind. Carroll a little over a second and a quarter behind. So Rhode Island Aquatic Club one, two, three here at the current time. Coached by Jennifer De La Fredi. Congratulations to Jennifer, who just welcomed her second child, I believe, a few weeks ago. So Jen was basically on deck, I like to say, until she gave birth, and then I feel like the next day she was back on deck. So congratulations to Jennifer and her family on the new addition. Ochi Low continues to lead the way. Claire Carroll has moved or dropped down into second. Here comes Lydia Kraft from Gators. So our top four swimmers, Stearns being the fourth, a little over 2.5 seconds apart. Uribe and Bonin a little over 4 seconds off the pace here. Here comes Audrey Bonin, though, in lane 1. And look at this, folks. Audrey Bonin has now moved into the lead. 3:44.05 for Bonin. Low drops down to second. Kraft in third. Our top three swimmers 2 seconds apart. So Audrey Bonin, seemingly from nowhere, very strong breaststroker, used that to her advantage to move from, she was 6th place at one point, into first. Going into the freestyle here, it's going to be a good battle between Bonin and Low. Both Rhode Island Aquatic Club teammates. Here comes Lydia Kraft in lane 2, so we're going into crunch time here. Low leading the way. Now Bonin drops down a second, 0.2 off. Kraft's a little over a second and a quarter behind. So it looks as though it will be Ochi Low. The question is, can Bonin hold off Lydia Kraft for second? And it looks like she will. So Ochi Low takes it, 4:47.61. Audrey Bonin goes 4:48.48. Lydia Kraft, 4:49.40. So congratulations to Ochi Low. Great performance there by Rhode Island Aquatic Club. Carroll finishing 4th, Stearns 5th, Uribe 6th. We'll move into event number 6. This is the boys 11 to 18 IM. 2 heats. Heat number 1, Joby Medeiros in lane 2, Josh Caffel in 3, Moises Roman in 4. So Joby Medeiros from Taunton. I believe that's the Taunton Tiger Sharks. That was my Boston accent. Josh Caffel from Hockomock Area Y in lane 3. Moises Roman from Anglerfish in lane 4. Medeiros leading the way early on, followed by Caffel and Roman. So Medeiros, the 14-year-old from Taunton. Caffel, 16 years old from Hockomock Area Y. And Roman, 11 years old from Anglerfish. So if you are out there on the stream tonight, obviously we have a limited audience tonight because it's the distance session. Tomorrow we'll get much busier. If you have any fellow parents that don't have the link to the live streams, make sure you send it out to them. They can go to the Gator Swim Club Seekonk Branch YouTube page. Once again, if you subscribe to the page, you'll get notifications when we go live. Will be very helpful for you. We'll have a lot of swimming going on this weekend, almost 11 hours of coverage every day, so thoughts and prayers to my voice come Sunday. Joby Medeiros continues to lead the way from Taunton, followed by Caffel. So Caffel's a little over 2.5 seconds off the pace here. Roman running third right now. Busy time in swimming here, not only on the club circuit, but on the high school circuit, as I suspect many of the swimmers here today who are in high school are also swimming in their divisionals and sectional rounds. So the MIAA has sectionals tomorrow for the girls, Sunday for the boys. That'll be followed up the following week by states, which will be at BU. Medeiros continues to lead the way, followed by Caffel. Next weekend for the Rhode Island Interscholastic League, they will have the divisional round at Roger Williams University on Saturday and Sunday. And then I believe it's March 5th at Brown University will be the state championships for the Rhode Island Interscholastic League. So little premature switch there by my amateur camera woman, Addison Abreu, but so Medeiros continues to lead the way, followed by Caffel. Roman in third. There'll be 2 heats of this event number 6, boys 400 IM. Barbara Britton in the house from New Hampshire. Of course, Barbara, the grandmother of Sadie Gagnon. Gagnon with an impressive performance a few races ago in the 400 IM. Poised for a big weekend of swimming for Gagnon, also competing in age groups in a couple weeks up at WPI. So Joby Medeiros has led the way from the start here. Caffel second, Roman third. So Medeiros with an impressive performance here in Heat 1 of the 400 IM. He will be your opening heat winner. So Medeiros takes it 5:03.91. Caffel with a good performance as well, 5:07.29. Here comes Roman. So 2 good time drops there by Caffel and Medeiros. Roman goes a 5:21, and while it looked like he was way behind, our youngest swimmer in this heat, and that's a 25-second drop for Moises Roman. So great job by Moises Roman here. We'll move into heat number 2. We got all Gators here with the exception of lane 5. So Gators occupy lane 1, Ryan Kornacki, lane 2, Jack Eady, lane 3, Kai Shinkyo, lane 4, Keith Hartman, lane 5, the only non-Gator, Matthew Fries from Cape Cod, and Cormac Hughes in lane 6. This should be a good race here. I do expect Kai Shinkyo to take this. He comes in with a 4:10.09. Shinkyo burst upon the scene in late 2020 and has been a force here in the 13 and 14 group. Shinkyo looking very strong here as he'll put the finishing touches on the butterfly and transition over to backstroke. So Shinkyo leads the way. He's followed by Edie and Freeze. Top three swimmers 5 seconds apart. So Kai Shinkyo through the butterfly already has put a large amount of distance between him and the second place swimmer. Right now it's Jack Edie, but here comes Hartman in lane 4, Freeze in lane 5. Shinkyo continues to lead the way, followed by Edie in 2. Comes Hartman in lane 4, though. Keith Hartman's mother, Neil, a volunteer for tonight. I believe I saw Melissa Hughes as well. She's also here. Cormac Hughes' mother. Cormac, of course, swimming out of lane 6. But right now, this is the Kai Shinkyo show. He is a very strong breaststroker. He leads Edie and Hartman by just about 10 seconds. Freeze occupying 4th right now. So Shinkyo continues to outpace the field. Keith Hartman has moved into second place in lane 4. Edie has dropped down to 3rd. So really the race is going to be between Hartman and Edie, it looks like, for second. Hartman's got a good hold on it right now. We've seen Edie make some good comebacks in the past. Don't count out Hughes or Freeze either, as Shinkyo makes his turn for his final 100 freestyle. Kai Shinkyo from Gators leading the way.
Our next event is event number 7. It's the girls 10 and under 500-yard freestyle. There's one heat. Heat 1 behind the blocks, please. Heat 1.
So Hartman continuing to hold on to second. As a matter of fact, he's growing his lead ever so slightly over Jack Edie in lane 2. So Shinkyo in 3 leads the way. Another outstanding performance by Shinkyo. You will also see Kai in the 11 to 14 age groups at WPI in a couple of weeks. So Shinkyo will take it 4:12.48. We'll go down to the other end for a second. And here comes Hartman. So Hartman will take second, 4:33.01. It's a 16-second drop for Hartman. Edie takes third, 4:37. That's a 12-second drop. So good swimming all the way around here for our final heat of the boys 11 to 18 400 IM. I'm going to tell you folks that my most anticipated favorite race of the night is coming up. I'll tell you why very shortly as Cormac Hughes finishes up in a 5:03.70, a 13-second drop for Hughes. So great swimming all the way around here. This is event number 7. It's the girls 10 and under 500-yard freestyle. And it's my most anticipated race because my daughter, Avery Abreu, is swimming in lane 3. So lane 2, we have Emma Holland from Gators. Lane 3, Avery Abreu from Gators. Lane 4, Charlotte Erickson from Gators. And lane 5, Morgan Connor from Cape Cod. So they're all 10 years old, folks. Abreu comes in with the top time, 6:50.60. She's followed very closely there by Charlotte Erickson, 7:06.85. Holland comes in with a 7:30.91. Connor, a 7:56.15. So Abreu leading the way very early on in this 500. It does not look like our wide perspective camera is going to cut the mustard for us tonight. Let's take a switch over to it for a second. So the idea with this camera was to give everyone a full pool perspective, especially during long races. So we will use some sort of this view for a little bit here and there, but we'll work on something different for tomorrow. We do have a new camera position in the middle of the pool, so we thought by getting a wide shot it would be good, but the lighting is a lot different where that camera is, as you can tell, showing up much darker even after we've tweaked some things. So have no fear. Still have great coverage for you here. Abreu continues to lead the way. Holland has moved into second, Erickson third. I know for Abreu, it is the first time she is ever wearing a tech suit. So as everyone out there knows, the 12 and unders are very limited as of a year or two ago as far as tech suits that they can wear. There are only about a handful of suits that are approved by FINA for competition. And with a lot of convincing, and maybe against my wife and I's better judgment, we did grab a tech suit for Avery here. So we'll see what happens this week and next week at the age group championship. So once again, I'll bring in my daughter Addison for this one. So Addison, let's talk about tech suits. You know, I think there's a lot of thought. The prevailing thought out there is that, of course, they do a great job on, you know, repelling water, getting some very good compression. But how much of it is mental? How much is it, I'm wearing a tech suit, I'm going to be fast, and then maybe subconsciously you swim harder and you do swim faster?
I think that could be part of it, but I do think the suit actually does help a good amount because it really does like push your hips higher up out of the water. So when that happens, it just makes you swim faster because like you're more on the surface and you can just swim faster with it on, I feel like, overall. There is a mental component though. Like if you're swimming in a tech suit, you probably are, guys. So that's like the first struggle. And my advice is I'd say take it slow. Like you don't want to rip it because that happens to a lot of people from putting it on too fast or like getting like your nails stuck in the side of it. And also like make sure you don't have like longer nails when you put it on because they're pretty thin for the most part. They're pretty easy to rip. And when you're spending that much money on a suit, that's the last thing you want to happen.
Have you ever ripped a suit putting it on?
No, I haven't. But I know so many people who have.
I like to hear that answer, obviously, because these suits do come out of my pocket here, Addison.
Oh, they do.
So we good advice. We have seen many a swimmer put on a tech suit for the first time and rip a tech suit, and obviously very strict return policies around tech suits. You rip it, you own it. So you rip it, you own it there. So good advice there. Good advice there from Abreu. While we watch another Abreu, Avery Abreu, continue to lead the way here in lane 3. She's built up a 2.5-second lead over Holland in lane 2. A 10-second lead over Erickson. Shout out to Ruby Groves from Gators doing the counting for Avery Abreu. Ruby finishing up. Oh, there's the bell. So the bell toils for Avery Abreu. 1 lap to go here. Abreu came in with a 6:50. She's going to be close to that time. But a good showing nevertheless here at regionals.
Our next event is event number 8. The boys 10 and under 500-yard freestyle. There's one heat. Heat 1 behind the blocks, please. Heat 1.
So let's see if Abreu can drop time on that 6:50, and she does. So Abreu will go 6:44.78. Just about a 6-second time drop there. Finishing second will be Emma Holland in lane 2. So Holland takes second, 6:56.04, and that's a fantastic time drop for her as well, 34 seconds. Erickson takes third, 6:59.06, a 7-second time drop. And in fourth place, it will be, finishing up, will be Connor. I believe she's on her last 50. So Morgan Connor, the 10-year-old from Cape Cod, came in with a 7:56. A lot of swimmers in the house here from Cape Cod Swim Club. We'll take you down to that far end. My partner has deserted me for a restroom break, so sometimes bad things happen when I'm in control of the camera. I'll do my best here. So Connor will finish up. So Avery Abreu, your Heat 1 winner. We'll move on to event number 8. This is the boys' 500-yard freestyle. Lane 1, we have Ben Woody Woodsmall from Gators Lane. Actually, that's lane 2. Lane 3, slamming Sammy Howes from Gators. And in lane 4, I'm messing up here, Miles Macedo from Kingfish. So we have swimmers in lanes 2, 3, and 4. Lanes 1, 5, and 6 are open. It's slamming Sammy Howes out to the early lead. The 10-year-old from Gators came in with a 6:54.68, so he's got the best time coming in. It's built up an early 3-second lead on Woodsmall, 4.5 on Macedo. Charlotte Erickson in that last race. It was Charlotte's first time in a tech suit as well. I'm being told by Charlotte's mother, Ashley. Yeah, it's always interesting watching these kids get into a tech suit for the first time. Like Addison said, we're fortunate we have not had any rips. You got to watch those nails. Those nails will do some serious damage to those suits. As you see, Sam Howes, followed by Woodsmall and Macedo. Woodsmall 7 seconds off the pace. Macedo a little over 7 1/4. Okay, so the camera switching should get exponentially better as my partner in crime is back as you watch slamming Sammy Howes. He's built up an early lead on the field. The diminutive Howes has a motor that rivals no one. Shout out to his parents, Jane and Tom. Also to Jeremy and Amy Woodsmall. I know they're out there in the audience. 4 Woodsmalls competing, I believe, this weekend at regionals. So I'm being also notified, I didn't realize that was in the last race an age group cut for Avery Abreu. So congratulations to her. I'm trying to see. So slamming Sammy Howes. Juliana Bellick or Bellich. Let's go Cape Cod. So we got some Cape Cod fans out there. Good to see. Leo Balon chiming in. Friend of my daughter Addison's. Addison, where does Leo swim?
CRA.
Charles River Aquatics. Leo says he ripped his Mizuno tech suit once. It was $380. His parents were very mad. Well, yeah, I can see that. I'm sure it was a mistake, Leo, but I'll tell you, those are costly mistakes on those tech suits. As we watch Slam and Sammy Howes continue to be in the lead here. We got Pat Howes chiming in now as well. So we got all sorts of Howes family members watching Slam and Sammy have a great performance here in event number 8, the boys 10 and under 500-yard freestyle. We'll get a break from the 500 freestyle. After this heat, we'll move into 3 heats of the 200-yard breaststroke. Then we'll get back into the 500 freestyle to close this out tonight. So it should be a relatively early evening here tonight. Tomorrow, not so much. Going to be a long day at the office tomorrow. Slam and Sammy remains in the lead. Uncle Bud also watching Slam and Sammy from South Carolina. Fantastic. Appreciate the Howes family and everybody else who's taken the time to join us on the live stream here this evening. We hope to see you all and more tomorrow and Sunday, so please get the word out. Gator Swim Club Seekonk branch is how you find us on YouTube. If you've already found us, click on that red subscribe button. Hit the bell next to it. You'll get notified when we go live. Slam and Sammy continues his assault on this 500 freestyle. Only has a few more lengths left. Came in with a 6:54.68. So we'll see how Howes finishes here. Looking very strong right now. So the final lap here for Howes, he's chasing a 6:54.68. The age group cut for 9 and 10 is 6:37.39, so he's going to be just off that. That's a very aggressive time, but nevertheless, Howes going to drop some time here. Strong kick to finish out here. And it will be Slam and Sammy, 6:54.51. He will take it. So Howes your winner, 6:54.51. Macedo takes second. 7:19.06. And it will be Ben Woodsmall who takes third. Just coming into the picture here, Ben Woody Woodsmall with a good performance here. Come on, Ben. Come on, finish strong. And Ben finishes strong. That's a time drop for him. So time drops across the board here, but event 8 was won by Slam and Sammy Howes from Gators. We'll move on to event number 9. This is the girls 11 and 12 200-yard breaststroke. This does not look like So that didn't look like the right folks in the pool. I do have the heat sheet, so I'm sure they'll get that squared away.
Hey, Ray, those graphics showed the boys start. So the on-screen graphics showed event 10. But this is the girls. Oh, it's good? It's good now.
So back in the action here. Zoya Lane is in lane number 2. Lillis Ekblad in 3. Mackenzie Scherer in lane 4. Ekblad leading the way, followed by Scherer in lane. And you hate to see this. Mackenzie Scherer in lane 4 has lost her goggles. Once again, I'm going to bring in my partner, Addison Abreu. Addison, talk a little bit about when you lose your goggles. Has that ever happened to you in a race?
Yeah, I've lost my goggles in a few races, and it is not fun at all because like the goggles fill up and then you can hardly see, and then it's just not a fun thing at all.
So for Scherer, her goggles aren't on her eyes, so regardless if they fill up, it doesn't matter. They're below her eyes. So what's the most important thing in a situation like that, especially in a race like this 200 breast, where it's kind of a long race, you lose your goggles? What's the most important thing to remember?
To try to keep your eyes closed like a little bit, like, and like only open them more when you're like above air, because that helps like with like the chlorine like burning your eyes when like you open it sometimes. But I mean, there's not much you can do, but it's better for her situation that they fell completely off instead of them being filled up, because it's much better to be able to have that like the sight like through the water than it is to have to try to see through the water and the goggle.
So Ekblad continues to lead the way here, followed by Scherer. So Scherer has no goggles, but she's still running second, only a little over 4 seconds off the pace here. Lane taking third. So Addison, does your team and do teams practice for a situation like this? Do you ever practice and do sets at practice without goggles, or maybe have your goggles fill up with water?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Because, like, I feel like it's more of a thing that happens to the younger kids. I mean, it does happen to the older kids sometimes, but most of us are really good about making sure the goggles are tight so no water goes in.
So Ekblad will take it, 3:16.09 for Lillis. It will be Scherer who takes second in a 3:22.52. So look at that, folks. Scherer loses her goggles on like the first lap. She drops 4 seconds. So fantastic job by Scherer. Lane takes third. So good job all the way around there, but it was Lillis Ekblad from Gators North, your Heat 1 winner. We'll move into Heat number 2. Gemma Kent in lane 1, Avery Trin in 2, Kate Porter in 3, Cadence Pham in lane 4, Kathleen Rossi in lane 5, and Eddie Spiegel in lane 6. I think that's Edie Spiegel. Top time coming in belongs to Kate Porter in lane 3 from Kingfish. 2:51.24, and it is Porter who leads the way very early here. If you look at the bottom right, you always know where we stand in the race. When the first swimmer comes in and touches, it does show you where we are as far as the distance. That was 50. Again, Event 9, Heat 2 girls, 11-12, 500-yard breaststroke. It's Cadence Pham who looks like she has moved into first, and she is battling Porter there in lane 4. So Pham in 4, Porter in 3, both 12 years old. Pham from Bayside, Porter from Kingfish.
Next event is event number 10. It's the boys 11-12
battling it out almost stroke for stroke here. It looks like it's Porter still at the halfway mark. Let's watch that touch, and it is Porter. Pham about a second behind. Great pull out there by Pham. Looks like she has moved into the lead, so this could be a good back and forth. Keep an eye on Avery Trin in lane 2 as well. She's currently in third. Definitely within striking distance, though. So it's Pham who has taken the lead ever so slightly over Kate Porter going into our final 50. Somehow Porter did touch first there. So Porter, Pham, Trin. Here we go. Porter has taken the lead back from Pham. They're almost stroke for stroke here. Lanes 3 and 4. Porter in the red cap. Pham in the dark blue cap. In white letters signifying Bayside. They're coming right to left now, our final 25. Let's see if Pham can catch her. Porter in 3, Cadence Pham in lane 4. They've gone back and forth for most of the race here, and it looks like it will be Kate Porter who takes it. Porter goes at 2:49.51. That's an age group cut for Porter, so congratulations to her. Pham takes second at 2:51.39, just missing that age group cut. Trin takes third, 2:55.90. So Kate Porter not only wins this heat, but she gets an age group cut in the process. So congratulations to Kate Porter, your Heat 2 winner. We'll move on to event number 10. This is the boys 11 and 12 200-yard breaststroke. We'll have all 6 lanes occupied. Zach Rowland in 1, Lucas Dew in 2, Samuel Goncalves in 3, Evan Frechette in lane 4, Eddie Schmaltz in 5, and Kieran Reddle in lane 6. This is our final heat of breaststroke before we head back into the 500s. And the 500s are what will close out our night. Top time coming in here belongs to Goncalves in lane 3, 3:05.08. But right now it's Lucas Dew from Gators North, the 12-year-old, leading the way. Schmaltz second, Goncalves third, Frechette fourth. So our top 4 swimmers just 3 seconds away from each other. Long way to go here. After our first 50, Lucas Dew looking very strong in lane number 2. Keep an eye on lane number 5, though. Eddie Schmaltz, the 11-year-old from Anglerfish, as well as Goncalves, who had the best time coming into this heat. But it will be Lucas Dew at the halfway point, continuing to lead the way. So Lucas Dew followed by Goncalves, and Schmaltz has fallen down to third. Frechette still holding strong in 4th place in lane number 4. Lucas Dew will be the leader heading into the final 50. So Dew is followed by Goncalves. 3rd place is Frechette, so look at that. Evan Frechette has moved into 3rd ahead of Schmaltz. Keep an eye on that matchup, lanes 4 and 5. Here comes Goncalves trying to chase Lucas Dew. You can see that margin for Dew right there. It's about a half of a second. So let's see if Dew can hold off Goncalves. Let's see if Frechette can overtake Schmaltz for third. Schmaltz moved back into third. Here comes Goncalves. So Goncalves now has taken the lead at the flags. And what a comeback by Sam Goncalves, and he will take it. 2:59.13 for Goncalves. Lucas Dugos a 3:00.12. It is Evan Frechette who takes third, 3:03.94. Schmaltz fourth, 3:04.79. So Samuel Goncalves, the 2:59.13. It's a 6-second time drop. So congratulations to Goncalves. Your Heat 1 winner of the boys' 200-yard breaststroke will move back into 500 freestyle action. We'll have 7 heats of the girls 11 to 18, 500 free. Edie Spiegel in lane 2. She's right back in the pool after that 200 breast. Esme Cohen in lane 3. Mary Caholen from Cape Cod in lane 4. So once again, we're going to bring back Addison Abreu into the broadcast here. Addison, talk a little bit about the strategy for the 500-yard freestyle.
I think depends on the swimmer. Like some people, depends if they're better at the 500, then they have different strategies on how to swim it. I feel like the typical strategy is you have to pace yourself because it is a longer event and it does take a lot out of you. But then there are some people who train distance all the time and the 500 to them is not that much and they can just race the whole thing.
So when you swim the 500, what's your strategy for each of those 5 100 segments? How do you attack that, and what's typically your strategy in the 500?
The first one I kind of cruise, but like have like a good effort, and then the second one I just have a good effort too, and then like the third one I like build it, and then the last 200 I just race. But like I feel like I just kind of race the whole event honestly at the same time.
So Cohen leading the way here, followed by Caholen and Spiegel. Anybody's race. Top 3 separated by a little over 2 seconds. Cohen continues to lead the way, followed by Caholen and Spiegel. So anybody's race still here in this 500. Long way to go, catching up on comments. Gabrielle McCarthy, appreciate the kind words. I try to tell Addison that the audience likes to hear the perspective of the swimmer, and Addison getting a lot of good feedback in the live chat here on YouTube. So certainly appreciate that. Always good to get the swimmer's perspective. We'll try and bring some other swimmers on board as we move throughout this weekend. Number 1, you'd rather hear from a swimmer than me. Number 2, it lets me and my voice take a little bit of a rest, which is definitely needed when you have a 22-hour weekend coming up. So where do we stand here? Lane 3, that's Cohen, continues to lead the way, followed by Caholen in lane 4. Cohen, the 12-year-old from Gators North, came in with a 7:05.22. Caholen, the 11-year-old from Cape Cod, 7:12.41. Spiegel came in with a 7:13.95. Cohen remains in the lead, 2 seconds over Caholen, almost 3.5 over Spiegel. Again, anybody's race. It's about the halfway point here. For those of you who have just joined us, we're at the Mayor's Natatorium at Seekonk High School for the opening night of the 2022 New England Regionals, hosted by Gator Swimming of Seekonk. This is one of 6 regional sites happening concurrently here this weekend. We kick off with the distance session on Friday evening. We move into a full slate of swimming Saturday and Sunday. Cohen continues to lead the way. She's built that lead up a little on Cajolan. It's almost 3.5 seconds now. Spiegel running in third. We're going to figure out that wide camera shot before the end of this weekend. Let's go to camera 2, Addison. So again, we'll use this shot for perspective. You see Cohen's lead on Cajolan and Spiegel. For those of you who might be wondering, okay, where do I find the links for the rest of the sessions tomorrow and Sunday? So you can do that in a couple of different ways. So first of all, like I mentioned, if you're listening, you already found us on YouTube, Gator Swim Club Seekonk branch. You can subscribe to our channel there. You'll be able to see all the sessions there. They are scheduled in advance. I also posted the complete links and schedule to every team that's here that has a Facebook page. So if your club has a Facebook page, and pretty much almost every team that's swimming here did, I posted it on your club or your YMCA's Facebook page. There's the bell for Cohen. And look at this, Spiegel, 2 100ths off the pace here, setting up for an exciting finish here. Edie Spiegel in lane 2. Esme Cohen in 3. Cohen has led the whole race, but here comes a late charge by Spiegel from Cape Cod. It's a war of attrition here in this 500, and Spiegel with a good turn on the far end has catapulted herself in the lead. So perhaps this was Spiegel's strategy, and whatever that strategy was, it has worked out for her. Edie Spiegel will take Heat 1 of the girls' 500 freestyle, 6:50.52 from Cape Cod. Cohen will take second, 6:55.49. Cajolan will drop to third. We'll get you her time momentarily, 7:06.81. So Edie Spiegel, your Heat 1 winner. We'll move on to Heat number 2. Maddie Hardison in lane 1, Mae Marston in 2, Nina Lane in 3, Addison Bonner in 4, Hannah Anderson in lane 5, and Olivia Belich in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to Nina Lane, 6:27.39. Bonner right behind her, 6:27.84. Lane from Gators North, Bonner from South County Y. It is Bonner with the lead very early. I wanted to take this time to acknowledge our parent volunteers, of which there will be many here this weekend. Currently this evening, we have Neil Hartman, Mike Kavick, Kelly Hardison, Ken Cartwright, of course, one of the officials here. As I look down the timers, I know there are a lot of other timers from other teams. We certainly appreciate everybody that's taken the time to volunteer and help us out this weekend. Melissa Hughes is here from Gators, leading the timers. Bonner leading the way, though, followed by Maddie Hardison and Nina Lane. So a little over 2 seconds are separating the top 3 people. But without the volunteers, we wouldn't be able to make this meet happen. So we appreciate all of not only the Gators volunteers, but every other team that's here. Of course, Ray Grant running the meet here with a lot of help here from Alan Sanders running the scoreboard and the meet manager and all those good things. Tomorrow morning we will have Chris Mannion with us. I'll have Chris Mannion here this weekend. Elisa Pelchat. I also think I have my daughter Avery helping out tomorrow for the 13 and over session. So we'll get some commentary from Avery. Maybe she'll want to talk about her little award, age group swimming 500 freestyle. Addison Bonner, though, back in live action, continues to lead the way in lane 4. Hardison remains in second, Lane in third. Hardison a little over 2.5 seconds off the pace, Lane a little over 5.5. Also like to thank Seekonk High School, who has proven to be a fantastic partner to Gator Swim Club, not only throughout the pandemic, but all along here. The staff at Seekonk High School does a great job with the pool. I firmly believe Seekonk has the nicest high school pool in the area. Bonner, Hardison, and Lane, 1, 2, 3 in that order. The custodians here, led by John Medeiros. Joe, Barry, and Paul do a fantastic job keeping the pool area clean. So we certainly appreciate that as you continue to watch the 13-year-old from the South County Y, Addison Bonner, leading the way. Maddie Hardison from Gators running in second. Also from Gators, Nina Lane in third. Marston in fourth right now. Bonner with that over 5-second lead continues to look strong, almost 3/4 of the way through this heat number 2 of the 500. Bonner continues to extend that lead ever so slightly, now 6.5 seconds over Hardison, 10.5 over Lane. So Bonner about halfway to getting to her 17th lap out of 20. Hardison second, Lane third. It's been these three in that order from the jump here. Bonner 13, Hardison 11, Lane 14. There's the bell for Addison Bonner. So Bonner is chasing a 6:27.39. That was her time coming in. Looks like she's going to destroy that time. Addison Bonner, your Heat 2 winner, 6:03.39 for Bonner. Hardison and Lane battling for second, and it's Hardison out-touching Lane. Hardison goes to 6:17.84, Lane a 6:18.13, Marston a 6:24.58. Belich and Anderson will finish up here. It looks like it's going to be Belich who comes in fifth. Anderson in sixth. Let's confirm that, and it will be Belich who touches first. in 5th, and Anderson in 6th to round out heat number 2. So congratulations to Addison Bonner, your heat 2 winner. So I must not have a graphic for the South County Y. So if you excuse me for a second, I'm going to try and find on my computer if I do have those graphics. South County Y deserves their logo here. Do they have one? Let's see. And I don't have one, so let's try and find the South County Y. See if they have a logo. Hughes, Phelps, and Bonin leading the way right now, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I don't see any swimming logo for the South County Y. I just see a generic YMCA logo, so I'm going to get that. So you all have a logo. All right, so we're back here. Just wanted to make sure South County had a logo there next to their team when they touch the wall there. So where are we here in lane number 4? It looks like it's Evie Phelps leading the way. I don't know if I got to those lane assignments, so let's take a look here, and it is Phelps leading the way from Nantucket. Hughes in second, Moore third, Bonin is in 4th. So we have Emma Wilcox in lane 1, Mackenzie Moore in lane 2, Kelsey Bonin in 3, Evie Phelps in lane 4, Caitlin Samick in 5, and Fiona Hughes in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to Kelsey Bonin, 6:10.53. Bonin currently running, I believe, in 3rd right now. But it is Evie Phelps in lane 4, I believe. Evie is the younger sister of Sophie Phelps, who is also an outstanding age group level swimmer for Nantucket. Phelps leading the way. Fiona Hughes in 2nd, Moore 3rd, Bonin 4th. So Phelps with a little over a 3-second lead right now, a little more than halfway through. So Fiona Hughes a little under 4 seconds behind Phelps. Moore a little over 4 seconds behind. Bonin in 4th right now. 8 seconds off the mark. Big shout out to Roger and Stephanie Bonin out there, friends of the program. It's been a while since you've been on the broadcast. I think our last few meets have not featured, or Rhode Island Aquatic Club has not participated. Came in with a 6:10.84. Should be close here, but it looks like Phelps will drop time. And she certainly will. So Evie Phelps goes a 6:05.85. She'll take first. Moore moves up into second. So Mackenzie Moore from Kingfish moves into second. Fiona Hughes takes third from Gators. Bonin fourth, Samick fifth, and Wilcox sixth. So we'll move on to heat number 4 of 7. Kat Chavez in lane 1, Feening Wang in 2, Madison Shea in 3, Lila Sharman in 4, Tatum Lombardi in 5, and Charlotte Kaiser in lane 6. So you saw Savannah Lombardi earlier. Her younger sister Tatum right now, 13-year-old from Gators, in lane 5. Top time coming in belongs to Madison Shea from the Hockomock Area Y, 6:03.29, but it is Wang leading the way, followed by Lombardi and Sharman. Let's see our top 5 swimmers within 3 seconds of each other. Very early on. This is heat 4 of 7. We're at least 5 minutes ahead of the pace right now. As it stands right now, we'll probably be done a little before 7 o'clock tonight, maybe right around 7. So for those of you who are planning on coming when the meet is over, it should be over around 7 o'clock, give or take a few minutes. Wang followed by Sharman. Feening Wang, the 14-year-old from Hockomock Area Y. Lila Sharman, the 18-year-old from Nantucket. Little wide view for perspective here on the lead that Wang has over the field. Wang continues to lead the way halfway through event 4 of 7 in this girls 11 to 18-year-old 500-yard freestyle. Who's been watching the Olympics out there? I know my family has been riveted by the Olympics over the past week or so. My wife and kids enamored with the performance by Nathan Chen in capturing gold. Sean White, while he didn't get a medal, had a great performance last night in the men's halfpipe for snowboarding. Oh, that's really about Oh, Michaela Schifrin. What a tough first runs for Schifrin. Came into the Olympics the most decorated skier this year, this time around from the U.S. I think she skied a total of 8 gates, did not finish in both events. So hopefully, I believe she has 3 or 4 different events left. Hopefully better performance for Schifrin. Wong continues to lead in lane 2. So it looks like Schifrin did good in her 3rd event, top 10 finish. I don't know what place she came in, but top 10. There's the bell for Wong in lane 2. So feigning Wong, 14-year-old from Hockomock Area Y in lane 2, has led from the start. She'll make her final turn on the far end as she comes home. So we'll get you the finish for Wong. We'll go down to the other end in a second. So Wong takes it 5:43.85. Sharman takes second, Kaiser third, Shea fourth. Lombardi fifth and Chavez sixth. So congratulations to Feigning Wong, your Heat 4 winner. We'll move on to Heat number 5. Emery Bouchard in lane 1, Anna McCarthy in 2, Kate Sheehan in lane 3, JC Hoffman in 4, Julia Ames in 5, and Jess Deal in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to Kate Sheehan from Cape Cod, 5:51.49. JC Hoffman right behind her, 5:51.88. Hoffman leading the way early, followed by McCarthy and Sheehan, our top 5 swimmers, a second apart. So again, very early in heat number 5. We're here at Seekonk High School, where New England weather continues to mix it up on us. A beautiful day today. I believe it was in the 50s. I believe tomorrow is going to be in the 60s. And then we're looking at a small amount of snow on Sunday and in the, I think, 20s or low 30s. So New England weather always throwing curveballs at us, but beautiful day today, beautiful day tomorrow coming up. McCarthy, Sheehan, Ames, 1, 2, and 3. Hoffman in 4th. So our top 4 swimmers a little over 3 seconds apart. Lanes 2 and 3 leading the way, 4 and 5 not far behind. McCarthy, Sheehan, Ames, Hoffman. They're your top four. Not much of a change there. McCarthy and Sheehan in lanes 2 and 3, battling it out. Sheehan a little over a second behind right now, the Cape Cod teammates. Ames and Hoffman continue to run 3rd and 4th. So the race at the top between McCarthy and Sheehan from Cape Cod Swimming. It's McCarthy right now leading the way. Sheehan right there in her right hip pocket, though. She's cut into that lead a little bit, 0.8 of a second. Now the lead for McCarthy over Sheehan. Ames and Hoffman continue to run 3rd and 4th. We're a little over halfway through this heat number 5. And McCarthy and Sheehan are almost stroke for stroke. McCarthy continuing to hold on to the lead. Let's watch this turn. The lead has been cut to 0.3 of a second. So McCarthy leading the way from Cape Cod. Sheehan in second, 0.3 behind. Ames in third, Hoffman in fourth. McCarthy able to extend that lead ever so slightly, 2 by 0.2, up to a half a second. Ames remains in third, Hoffman in fourth. There's the bell for McCarthy and Sheehan, so this is going to be an exciting final 50. McCarthy leads the way by 0.07 of a second. So McCarthy in 2, Sheehan in lane 3, both from Cape Cod. Battling it out here going into the final turn. Let's watch that far end turn. It looks like it is McCarthy ever so slightly maintaining her lead over her teammate Kate Sheehan. Anna McCarthy in 2, Kate Sheehan in 3. Here comes Sheehan now. These ladies are stroke for stroke going into the wall. Who's going to touch first? And it is McCarthy. 5:41.71 to Sheehan's 5:41.96. So 0.2 separate our top two swimmers. Ames will take third. 5:55.81. So McCarthy, Sheehan, Ames, your top three there. What a race. Good swimming all the way around. Ames takes third. Hoffman takes fourth. Deal fifth. And Bouchard sixth. We'll move on to heat number 6 of 7. So we have Quinn Cute in lane 1, Eliza Brown in 2, Jaden Fioli-Haughey in lane 3, Caitlin Harrington in 4, Maggie Holland in lane 5, and Izzy Gianetto in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to the 14-year-old from Anglerfish Aquatics, Jaden Fioli-Haughey, 5:41.31. Harrington, 5:43.81. But it's Maggie Holland from Gators leading the way very early after the first 50, followed by Cute and Fioli-Haughey. So our top 4 swimmers under 2 seconds apart after the 50 is typically the case. It's very close early on. But Holland looking exceptionally strong here in lane 5. We'll bring in Addison Abreu once again. So Addison, Holland building a quick early lead. Good strategy overall, or what?
Yeah, it is a good strategy as long as she doesn't take it out too fast for herself. But Maggie always works really hard in practice, and this is like a good pace. I think that she'll be able to stay with for the rest of the 500.
So Holland leading the way in lane 5. Very hard-working, talented swimmer. Cute in second, Fioli Haughey third. Holland, another one of those swimmers here tonight who is really a multi-sport athlete. Holland, an exceptional cross-country runner. Believe she is a freshman at PCD. An accomplished swimmer and a good cross-country runner as well. Maggie Holland from Gators is your leader in lane 5. We saw her younger sister, Emma. My daughter is giving me some noise around Emma. No, it's Emma. I know, I got to get those ERs out of there. Emma Holland. We saw Emma swim earlier in the 500. I know their parents, Jay and Heather. Shout out to them. I'm sure they're out there on the live stream watching as Holland continues to lead the way in lane 4. She's followed by Quinn Cute in lane 1. Eliza Brown has now moved up into third. So Holland, Cute, Brown, 1, 2, and 3 right now. We'll go wide for a second to show you some perspective on Holland's lead. She hasn't quite lapped the field, but looking very strong as she continues to lead the way. She's followed by Q, Eliza Brown and Harrington from Nantucket battling for third. But the story remains Maggie Holland, 3/4 of the way through. Her top time coming in was 5:45.79. So age group time is 5:17.99. That's what Holland is chasing here. She's going to have a very good shot at it. It's going to be close. There's the bell for Holland. She's got 50 left. She's at a 4:47. Holland makes her final turn here in lane 5. She's so close, and she's just going to be off. So Holland takes it 5:19.23. Great swim. 26-second time drop for Holland. Outstanding performance. So Cute will take second. Brown takes third, Harrington fourth. So Maggie Holland, your Heat 6 winner. Just missing the age group cut, but a phenomenal performance by Holland nonetheless. We'll move into our 7th and final heat on the girls' side. Lane 2 is open, so no Brooke Carline. We have Hannah Harrington in lane 1, Ruby Groves in lane 3, Savannah Lombardi in lane 4, Vanna Honan in 5, and Maya Wainwright in lane 6. Jeremy Woodsmall says it best, shorts weather, then back to sweater weather, that's for sure. Ruby Groves leading the way early, followed by her Gator teammate, Savannah Lombardi. Honan from Cape Cod, a little over a second and a half behind. So our top 5 swimmers, 3 seconds apart. Again, very early here in the 500. Ruby Groves comes in with the top time of 5:23.63. Standout for Gators, also a standout for Classical High School. Groves and Lombardi continue to pace the field here, followed by Honan and Harrington. So Groves and Lombardi putting a little bit of distance between themselves and Honan in third. Lombardi just under 2 seconds behind Groves right now, Gator teammates. Groves has extended that lead over Lombardi to a little over 2.5 seconds. Honan 7 seconds off the pace here. So typically what we see with Ruby Groves as the race goes on, Groves gets stronger. Mother Kathleen was an exceptional swimmer at Yale University. Tim, her father, not an exceptional swimmer. No, just kidding, folks. Tim, a good swimmer in his own right. You can see Tim at a local pool at any point in time, getting some laps in. What do they call it? The Masters Circuit? That might be what Tim is competing in, the Masters Circuit. Groves will be swimming next year at Williams College. So Groves continues to lead the way here, followed by Lombardi. Her lead over Lombardi has grown to almost 5 seconds. Honan remains in third, Harrington fourth. Three-quarters of the way through here, so we'll bring in Addison as a frequent training partner of Ruby, swimming in the same practice group as Ruby. What was her strategy going into this 500?
I didn't talk to her about her exact strategy, but I think that her strategy is just to build the 500 and get faster as she goes and just have a good swim overall, because in practice we've been doing a lot of distance training, a lot of this longer work. And Ruby and I are always in that group, and she always works really hard. So, yeah.
Age group cut time is 5:17.99. There's the bell for Groves.
Next event zone number 12 is the boys 11-18 500-yard freestyle. There's 6 heats, heat 1 behind the blocks of BGSC.
So Groves will touch in a 5:19.36. Lombardi will take second. 5:29.74 for Lombardi. Groves 5:19 represents a almost 4-second time drop. Honan will take third, 5:42.07. Harrington fourth, and Wainwright will take fifth to close out event 11 and move into our final event of the evening. It's event 12, the boys 11-18 500 freestyle. We only have 6 heats here. This is heat number 1. Sam Woody Woodsmall in lane 2, Paul Dolan III in lane 3, and Roger Zhu in lane 4. Dolan III comes in with the top time, 7:01.54. Zhu leads the way, followed by Dolan and Woodsmall. Please, you'll have to excuse my lack of commentary right here, as I know you will all hear a ton of me this weekend. Also trying to preserve the vocals a tiny bit for this weekend. Zhu continues to be your leader, followed by Dolan and Woodsmall. But here comes Woodsmall. So keep an eye on Sam Woodsmall, the 12-year-old from Gators. He's currently running third, but he's only 2 seconds behind. So as you can see, these 3 swimmers are bunched up pretty tightly. So we've talked a lot about how this is high school season right now, and it's really championship season for both club and high school level. So Addison, give us a little bit of insight into what a week is in the life of a high school and club swimmer in terms of how many practices total do you have every single week? How do you manage your nutrition and your rest? And how do you really prepare yourself to be at the top of your game in each of these championship meets?
Let me count how many practices I have. Oh, Wait, let me think about how many practices I have a week.
Okay, we got to think about it. So we're going to think about it here, folks, for a second. Give Addison a second to think about her number of practices. That alone tells you it's more than a few. Dolan, Woodsmall, and Zhu leading the way here. 0.2 of a second separates the three.
So I have about 14 practices a week between club and high school swim.
What time does your day start on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays?
4:30 for 5 a.m. practice, and then that's an hour and a half. And then after school, every day, there's always high school practice from 2:30 to 4, and Gators practice from 4 to 5:30. Now, the days that I swim in the morning, I don't get in the pool for high school swim. Right away, I usually stretch for like 15 minutes first, and then I get in. But still, it's a lot of swimming.
And so that would tell me you basically are out of the house for like 12 hours every single day.
Yeah.
So how do you manage your rest? How do you manage your nutrition and swimming all that time? How do you ensure, and how does your coaches ensure that you're at your peak when you need to be in championship season? And we're going to take a quick break from Addison for 1 second. Woodsmall has now moved into first. Dolan has moved up into second. Zhu has dropped down to third. So Sam Woodsmall in lane number 2 has moved up into first. Go ahead, Addison.
It's just about making sure that I find a good balance between getting my homework done, but also not going to bed at an unreasonable time because I have homework left to do. It's about like squeezing in homework whenever you can, and just making sure I always have like enough food with me to make sure I'm not hungry or anything during the day.
Woodsmall, Dolan, and Zhu right now, a little over 3/4 of the way through. What's your favorite pre-practice snack to get you filled up and energized for practice?
Probably some sort of protein bar or like pretzels or something along those lines.
And just talk quickly about the importance of hydration. We hear this all the time. How important is it, especially for a swimmer, to make sure you're staying properly hydrated through the day?
It's pretty important because swimming does take a lot out of you, and if you don't have enough water in your body, then you're just going to feel awful in the pool. And out of the pool even, too.
So there's the bell for Sam Woodsmall. Thank you, Addison. Woodsmall has come on like a house of fire here in lane 2. So Sam Woodsmall leading the way. Paul Dolan the second, occupying third right now. Second, excuse me. Zhu taking third. What a great race for Woodsmall. So he came in with a 7:15.33. He will obliterate that time. 6:40.32 for Woodsmall. 6:42.27 for Dolan. Soft touch by Zhu in lane 3. That's not his real time, so check Meet Mobile for that. So Sam Woodsmall, your Heat 1 winner. We'll move on to Heat number 2. Eli Weiser in lane 1. Samuel Goncalves in 2. Dara Gamel in lane 3. Where's Heuven Aquilano in lane 4 and William Park in lane 5. So Dara Gamel, the 12-year-old from Rhode Island Aquatics Club, comes in with the top time, 6:37.56. So we do have Butera in lane 6 here, so we don't have, he is not on the heat sheet, but Butera from Gators is on lane 6. Butera leading the way, followed by Weiser and Gamel. We were hopeful to get a post-race interview with Ruby Groves. She's doing a little stretching right now after that performance in her 500 free, so maybe another time this weekend. Butera continues to lead the way, followed by Weiser and Gamel. So Gators, Ryak, 1, 2, 3. Butera and Weiser continue to lead the way in the outside lanes. Butera has been the leader from the start in lane 6, followed by Weiser. So here comes Eli Weiser, a little over 3 seconds behind, but Butera looking exceptionally strong in outside lane 6. Butera and Weiser, I sound like a broken record. They remain your top two. Butera continuing to look exceptionally strong in lane 6. I don't have an age on Butera. I wish I could tell you his age so we'd know what time he's shooting for, but here's the bell. Getting urged on by his coaches there outside in lane 6. Butera will go a 5:41.64. Weiser will take second, 5:46.78. So those two were battling all the way here. William Park looks like, nope, it won't be Park. He's on lap 17. Looks like it will be lane 3, and that's Dara Gamel. Gamel will take third. Aquilano will take fourth. So So for Butera, a 5:41.64. Weiser goes a 5:46.78. Weiser is a 12-year-old from the Rhode Island Aquatic Club, folks. He came in with a 7:01.53. He goes a 5:46.78. So a minute and 15-second drop for Weiser. So fantastic performance. I wish I had Butera on my heat sheet so I could tell you what his time was. But I'm sure it was an exceptional swim for him as well as we move on to heat number 3. David Schneider in lane 1, Peter Zhu in lane 2, Zach Pecora in 3, Fabi Petrarca in lane 4, Rock Falagara in lane 5, and Evan Weiser in lane 6. So the top time coming in belongs to Zach Pecora, the 11-year-old from the Hockomock Area Y. 6:04.78 for Pecora. We'll see how this one shakes out right now. Obviously still very early. Down to our final 4 heats of the night. So an early end here, which is appreciated by everyone. Will be a full weekend of swimming. Weiser, Zhu, and Falagara leading the way. The Rockman from the Bayside YMCA. Rock is 12 years old, came in with a 6:20.28. But it's Evan Weiser, the leader from lane number 6. So we had Butera win the previous heat from lane 6. Evan Weiser leading the way, followed by Zhu and Falagara. So lane 6 proving to be a bit of a lucky lane so far for the boys 500 freestylers. Evan Weiser, the older brother of Eli, who we just saw come in second in the previous heat. Evan, similar to Butera, looking exceptionally strong here, about a quarter of the way through. Petrarca has moved up into 3rd. Falagara drops to 4th. Weiser has built up a over 5.5-second lead on Zhu. Petrarca in 3rd. Pecora has now moved into 4th. A lot of Rock Falagara fans out there as represented in the live chat here on Gator Swim Club Seekonk YouTube. Evan Weiser continues to lead the way, though. Zhu and Petrarca following suit. Zhu is a little under 6.5 seconds behind Weiser. So Evan Weiser, the 14-year-old from the Rhode Island Aquatic Club, came in with a 6:21.63. Looking very strong with 200 yards to go. Zhu is cut into the lead a little bit in lane 2, 6 seconds behind Weiser. Petrarca, Pecora, and Falagara are your top 5. We're on event number 12, the boys 11 to 18, 500-yard freestyle. This is heat number 3, and it is being led by Evan Weiser from the Rhode Island Aquatic Club in lane 6. Peter Zhu from Gators is running in second, a little over 5 seconds off the pace of Weiser. Petraka and Pecora running third and fourth. So the bell will toil for Weiser. Weiser is chasing a 6:21.63. That was his entry time. So a spectacular performance by the Weiser brothers in back-to-back races. Eli with a solid second place performance in heat 2. Brother Evan will take heat number 3. 5:43.84. Peter Zhu will take second, 5:47.60. Good race for third, shaping up in lanes 3 and 4. Zach Pecora and Fabi Petraka. And it looks like it's going to be Petraka who out-touches Pecora, and it is. Rock Falagera from Bayside will take 5th. And it's David Schneider from Anglerfish rounding out the field here. So good racing in heat 3. We'll move on to heat number 4. Bowden Spurn in lane 1. John Vizgatis in 2. Luke Madden in 3. Josh Koffel in 4th. Ian Scott Sheldon in lane 5. And Aiden Wallace rounding out the field in lane 6. Top time coming in belongs to Luke Madem from South County Y. The 14-year-old comes in with a 5:39.74. And it is Madam. I'm probably not saying Luke's last name right. If Luke's, anybody who knows Luke, I think it's Madom, M-A-D-O-M. Sometimes, folks, my pronunciations are a little off. Feel free, if you're out there in the live chat, to give me the phonetic pronunciation of Luke's last name. M-A-D-O-M, Madom. I'm going to go with Madom. Hopefully I'm right, because Luke is leading the way. About a quarter of the way through heat number 4, this 500 freestyle. Madem followed by Vizgatis and Kaffel. Bowden Spurn. Okay. Madem continuing to lead the way, followed by Vizgatis and Kaffel. This race flying by almost halfway through. Madem continues to lead the way, followed by Visgatus. Caffel third, Spurn fourth. Three-quarters of the way through the race, through the race, and Madem leads the way, followed by Visgatus from Cape Cod. A little bit of a change here as Bowden Spurn from Gators has now moved into third. Caffel has dropped down to fourth. There's the bell for Luke Madem from South County Y. He's led from the start here. The 14-year-old came in with a 5:39.74. Looks like he will drop time on that 5:39. Strong push at the end, and it is Luke Madem who takes it 5:26.78. Visgatus takes second at 5:31.08. Spurn takes third, 5:35.90. Caffel and Scott Sheldon will take fourth and fifth, and Aiden Wallace will round out the field in lane 6. And it looks like Wallace will have a time drop as well. He will, almost 3 seconds, so great job by Aiden Wallace. Our second to last race of the evening, folks. Matthew Freeze in lane 1, Ryan Vocchio in 2, Will Crowell in 3, Christian Pereira in lane 4, Russell Cutler in 5, and in lane 6, Gabriel Oliva Booth. Will Crowell comes into this race with the top time, swimming out of lane number 3. He leads the way, followed by Pereira and Cutler.
Coaches, as you start to wrap up the evening, we do ask that you take a look around your team area, make sure that your area is cleaned up, please. Throw any loose trash and receptacles on the way out. Also, coaches, as a reminder, you must remain on property until all of your swimmers have left. Thank you.
Crowell, Pereira, Cutler, Vocchio, all a half second apart. So lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5, you can see just how close they are on the far end. They'll almost all touch the wall simultaneously. So good battle here in lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5. Looks like it's Pereira who may have moved into first. And no, it's Cutler. Cutler followed by Pereira, Crowell, and Vocchio. So your top 4 swimmers 1 second apart. We're at the 150-yard mark, actually 175-yard mark right now. A lot of changing of positions again as Pereira moves into first, followed by Cutler and Vocchio. Our top three swimmers just under 2 seconds apart. Christian Pereira, the 16-year-old from the Rhode Island Aquatic Club, came in with a 5:27.28. $250-yard mark. Pereira, Cutler, and Vocchio leading the way. So Christian Pereira now starting to press ahead in lane 4. Put a little bit of distance between himself and Russell Cutler from Gators North. Pereira, Cutler, Vocchio, 1, 2, 3. Cutler and Vocchio half a second apart. But it's Christian Pereira in lane 4 who continues to build that lead. 3 3/4 over Cutler, almost 5 seconds on Vocchio. Had the pleasure of talking to Pereira a little bit earlier today. He was one of the first swimmers here at the pool, and I can see why. Was definitely charged up for this 500 freestyle. He's got 100 left. He's built that lead to almost 6 seconds. Vocchio now making a move on Cutler, 0.2 of a second apart. So keep an eye on lanes 2 and 5 for a second. Christian Pereira from the Rhode Island Aquatic Club will be your Heat 5 winner of the 500-yard freestyle. Swimming out of lane 4, Pereira will go a 5:15.93. It's a 12-second time drop. So congratulations to Pereira. Oliva Booth takes second, Cutler third. So Gabriel Oliva Booth goes from fifth up to second. Cutler takes third, Vocchio fourth, Freeze fifth, and Crowell sixth. And that will take us to our 6th and final race of the evening. Bennett Franciosi in lane 1, Samuel Raynor in lane 2, Zach Zabo in 3, Ara Parsegian in lane 4, Curtis Johnson in 5, and Jackson White in lane 6. Zabo, Parsegian, and Johnson, 1, 2, and 3 at the 100-yard mark. Top time coming in belongs to Zach Zabo, and he's the only sub-5-minute time. 4:58.89 for Zabo. Swimming out of lane 3. Szabo continuing to pace the field. Johnson has moved up into second, Parsegian third. White a very close fourth. So our top four swimmers a little over 3 seconds apart. Still early, fairly early, 200-yard mark. Approaching the halfway point. But Szabo has built a very comfortable lead. 15-year-old from Rhode Island Aquatic Club. Szabo, Johnson, White, Parsegian. So White has moved up into third. Parsegian has dropped to fourth. So as we watch our final 150 yards here with Zach Szabo from Rhode Island Aquatic Club leading the way. Johnson second, White third, Parsegian fourth. We invite you back here tomorrow. We start bright and early, 4 sessions tomorrow, 4 sessions on Sunday. You'll find all of those sessions on the Gator Swim Club Seekonk Branch YouTube page. For those who may have missed it, I've also posted all of the links to your club or your YMCA's Facebook page. I did that, I believe, 2 nights ago. So if you go to your Facebook page of your team or your YMCA, you'll see those sessions. There are, I believe, 8 sessions in total this weekend. And all of the links that will bring you right to those sessions are posted there. And there's the bell for Zach Szabo. So 50 left for Szabo. Szabo's time coming in was a 4:58.89. He is going to drop time here. And he will drop about 7 seconds, so Zach Szabo will take it. 4:51.04 for Szabo. Johnson will take second, 5:03 flat. Parsegian moves up into third, 5:06.31. White will take fourth, Rayner fifth, and Franciosi sixth. And that's going to do it tonight from the Mayor's Natatorium here at Seekonk High School. We appreciate you all taking the time to join us. Again, folks, we'll be back bright and early tomorrow, all day Sunday. An exciting weekend of swimming coming your way for the 2022 New England Regionals. So for the last time, on behalf of Addison Abreu, I am Jeremy Abreu. Appreciate you joining. Look to see everyone tomorrow. Have a great evening, folks.